Oh my God. There is literally a lion on the patio of our camp right now. Welcome to Zambia. Only 3 months each year, when seasonal floods retreat from the Busanga Plains, Shumba comes to life. And for a brief time, guests share the same ground as the lions who call this place home. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome here if you're new. My name is Nina. I'm a wildlife filmmaker and I'm currently in Zambia on the safari of a lifetime. This video is a follow-up to my Botswana video, so if you haven't seen that yet, I will link it above for you to check out. I spent a week at 2 wilderness camps there and had some seriously epic wildlife sightings, some of which our guides told us were pretty rare. But in this video, we will be exploring Zambia from right here at Wilderness Shumba. This is a seriously beautiful camp located in the Busanga Plains area, which has wide open views as far as the eye can see. Shumba is known as the Lion Camp, and based on what we've seen in the last 24 hours, that description is extremely accurate. When we first arrived last night, there was a young lioness resting in the shade underneath one of the guest tents. She kept a really close eye on us, but didn't seem to be too bothered, so we gave her some space and just let her rest. Since Shumba is only open for 3 months out of the year in the dry season, the guides tell me that the rest of the year, the lions use the outdoor spaces as their own personal home base. And that same lioness that we saw when we first arrived at camp proved that to us by hopping up onto the patio and resting by the pool. Like, I knew I would see some wild stuff on safari, but I never expected a lion to literally jump up onto the deck and just chill there. We kept our distance, of course, but she seemed super happy to just be like a little model. Some of these photos and videos are my favorite from the trip. Like in this photo here, she almost looks like she's laughing. Anyway, I have the most gorgeous tent here at Shumba. And before we get back into story time, because so much has happened in the last 24 hours already, I would love to give you a quick tour of my accommodation because this tent is gorgeous and deserves some attention. All right, let's head into my beautiful tented room. I've been having the best sleeps at all of the wilderness camps. I never thought I would be so well rested on safari, but I really am. There's a beautiful seating area, so you can sit right here and enjoy the views outside. There is lots of room for your luggage, and what I think is so beautiful about this room is this open air bathroom with a gorgeous giant shower. Also over here, toilet, of course, and if we go back outside, there is even an outdoor shower if you feel like just showering with a view of the plains. One more thing about this room that is so great is right out front there are a bunch of puku, which are a type of antelope, and they're almost always grazing really close to my room. Let's go check these guys out here. Close the door because a bee was just in my room. Those are puku, and they're just grazing right out in front of my tent, like pretty much all day. By now, you've seen that this region is known for its lions. But it's not just one pride. Several overlapping territories converge here, where dominance is constantly challenged. 2 males now control the area near camp, Alex and Mohawk, former coalition partners who have since gone their separate ways. On our very first game drive, we set out with our incredible guide Isaac and Johan, a field ecologist from the Zambian Carnivore Programme, to see if we could find these 2 rivals. And it didn't take long. Alex was resting alone in a bush near camp, with a few females nearby. Not long after, we found Mohawk, the older of the 2, resting on a mound with his entire pride around him. He has a beautiful family group, multiple females with older cubs, and a couple of young males coming up behind him. But there were signs of conflict overnight. Mohawk had fresh wounds on his face. proof that the struggle for dominance here is ongoing. We left the lions to their afternoon nap, and I had the chance to ask Johan more about ZCP's mission and his role in protecting carnivores here.
I am Johanni Njovo, a field ecologist working with the Zambian Carnivore Programme. Our mission is to protect the large carnivores in Zambia in their ecosystem that they reside in. Our main species are the 5 large carnivores that we have in Zambia: the lions, the wild dogs, the cheetahs, the hyenas, and the leopards. These carnivores are umbrella species. By protecting one carnivore, you're actually protecting everything else that is in that landscape. Some of my roles are leading teams in the field. We're going to do demographic checks on the collared carnivores here in the Kafue ecosystem. The satellite collars that we deploy on these large carnivores, they send us locations once a day, and then we drive to that location for the animals.
One of the main threats facing carnivores here is wire snares set by poachers. So today we're checking on one of the collared females in the area named Yaya. Thankfully, we found her safe and sound, but that isn't always the case out here. If you'd like to learn more about the work that ZCP is doing, or how you can support their efforts, you can find more information in the description below. Listen. There are lions roaring right outside my tent. That is a Busanga good morning. It's a Busanga wake-up call. Most days start like this, before our morning safaris. We're gonna go out and find those guys probably. I thought today I would do a bit of a day in the life on safari. Our day starts super early. My alarm usually goes off at 4:30 a.m. with a 5:30 a.m. pickup by our guide to walk us to the main lodge. It's not safe to walk around here when it's dark, as it is with most of the camps. Pretty much 5:30 now. I'm waiting for Isaac to come get me, and then we're gonna go out on safari, and I'm gonna show you what a day looks like on safari here in Busanga. Well, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming to get me. Lots of lions calling this morning. Isaac has come to pick me up and walk me safely to the main camp. This is how we start our day every morning. Here we have our breakfast buffet, and we just asked them to prepare a really light breakfast for us. Yogurt, fruit, granola. But most of our breakfasts on this trip have been pretty elaborate. They bring everything out. Since we don't eat very much in the morning, we just told them that that's what we want, so we don't waste any food. It is time to go. Johan is with us today again. We're gonna go out and track some maybe cheetahs later, or maybe some more collared lions. But this morning will be spent looking for lion cubs. This is our chariot. Waiting for us right here is a blanket and a bush baby, which is a hot water bottle. Put that on my lap. See you. Bundled up and ready to go. Our morning safari starts now.
Just to pick up a bit of detail. With your naked eyes, it's so much difficult to see what is out there. It might look empty, but trust me, get your binoculars and look. The huge herd of lechwe straight ahead. They all seem to be having their heads down, feeding. So looks like life is good here.
So we found Alex, and he is in just the most photogenic position right now. He's sitting right below the rising sun and a beautiful tree, and it's just making for a really, really nice shot. He's really cooperating this morning. Thank you, Alex.
And some antelope in the background, which is kind of funny.
He looks pretty full, like he's had a meal. He's got a big fat belly. Healthy boy. We found a lioness and some cubs in this beautiful grassland. It looked like there was one in the tree.
Look.
Oh, hi!
Look.
These cubs belong to Alex's pride. growing up in one of the most competitive lion territories in the region. For now, though, their days are filled with play. Isaac estimated they were around 4 to 6 months old and told us that even younger cubs have been spotted nearby. After a bit of patience and some luck, we were able to spend a little bit of time with them. Pretty amazing getting to see those tiny little cubs. And it looks like they're taking a siesta now in this little island. Eventually, it was time to head back to camp for lunch and a much needed midday rest of our own. Took my siesta on the couch today because it's got a beautiful breeze coming in. It's very windy on the plains during the afternoon, so there's such a nice breeze here. It's amazing. I was just thinking about our morning game drive and seeing those beautiful lion cubs. So cute, about 2 months old. Super fluffy. And I think one was a male and one was a female. I'll have to double check on that, but that was just a very beautiful morning. And this trip has just been filled with beautiful mornings like that, so I'm just feeling very grateful. It's time to get out on our evening game drive, but first we have what they call high tea, which is basically a bunch of snacks, coffee, tea. I've got on my afternoon safari outfit, crop top, and a skort. A skort is a must-have for me, not a skirt, because a skirt would not be great for climbing up into the safari vehicles or if there's lots of wind. I think for the most part we'll be on the lookout for different kinds of antelope today. They have the roan antelope, which would be amazing to see. They have very unique faces, and they are super big. It'll be cool to get out in a different direction and see another variety of animals this afternoon. Into the main lodge we go for some high tea. Hi, Charles. Got a delicious looking cake, maybe chocolate, egg rolls. That looks good. And then fruit, and my favorite, I think that's iced coffee. I'm definitely gonna have one of those. I've been eating way too much dessert on this trip. It's been like 10 days on safari. I'm just having cake and ice cream, sorbet, and everything every night. But I'm gonna start dieting when I get home. The Busanga Plains are home to an abundance of antelope, which isn't surprising considering the number of lions that live here. The first herd we came across was a group of sable, one of Africa's largest and most striking antelope species. Nearby, we spotted the dominant male, easily recognized by his massive curved horns, with several oxpeckers riding along. These little birds feed on parasites, benefiting both in the process. As we continued on, Isaac showed us how to tell the difference between two of the most commonly seen antelope here, puku and lechwe.
Okay, so the most distinct feature is the white underparts. Then if you see one standing, you will see that they've got a high rump or long back legs.
Higher booty.
Yes, okay. And apart from that, then the males really stand out. They have bigger horns than the puku. Front of the legs is also decorated with the black, which goes all the way to the knees. The lechwe is more of a semi-aquatic antelope. It's just that the floodplains are drying now, but most of the time these lechwes live in the actual water there where it's wet, mostly for their safety. and those long back legs help them propel through those in these wetlands. So then you have your puku, who is more like uniform orangish brown color. So they've got an off-white belly, but in size they're a bit smaller. Same as the horns. Horns are smaller, body size smaller.
So we haven't found any roan yet, but we've spotted a whole herd of elephants in the distance, in this tall grass. And they're kicking up some dust, which is pretty magical, so it's a nice photogenic scene. Slowly making our way back to camp now. Sometimes we do what's called a Sundowner, which is stop and have drinks and watch the sun go down. But for the most part, we have just been maximizing our time with wildlife, taking advantage of the sun, so we just go back to camp straight after this. It is now around 6:45 and we've made it back to camp, sitting in front of the fire. And I was talking about our Sundowner, how we didn't have one. They have set one up for us here, right by the fireplace. I'll show you. They've set up all of these drinks for us. I am not a big drinker, so I'm sticking with soda water, but this is a beautiful display.
Is this plantain chips?
Is it plantain? Or just, I think it's just regular chips.
Chicken lollipops?
The food at all the wilderness camps has been amazing this whole trip, and Shumba camp is no exception. It is around 7 p.m. right now, so we usually have dinner quickly and then go to bed because the mornings, as you've seen, are quite early. Made it back into the room now. It's about 8 o'clock. The wilderness staff always does turn down service for you. The bed is always draped in the bug net. They've got the bathroom all ready for showering. Tomorrow morning is our last morning here, and we don't always know our flight schedule the night before, so we might get a morning game drive, we might not. I'm not sure, but I'll see you in the morning and let you know what we get up to. It is our final morning here at Shumba camp, and we're just about to head out on one last sunrise game drive. Oh, you can hear lions roaring right now. They've been going off all morning, and they sound really close to camp. Maybe we'll go find them. If we do see something epic on our game drive, I will include it after this. But I thought I would just do a proper goodbye now. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and maybe drop a comment down below. Those little things make a big difference for my channel here on YouTube. So I appreciate any little boost you can give me. Thanks again so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. On our drive out to the airstrip, we witnessed a confrontation between Alex and Mohawk in the distance. I wasn't able to capture the fight itself on camera, but we watched what unfolded afterward. Alex eventually retreated toward his territory, visibly injured, while Mohawk and several females remained behind, watching. Then Yaya, one of Mohawk's females who we had met earlier, began moving in Alex's direction, and Isaac grew concerned. If Mohawk were to take control of this area, Alex's young cubs would be at serious risk. When new males take over, cubs from a rival male often don't survive. A harsh but natural part of lion dynamics. Not long after, the mother of the tiny cubs we had seen the day before emerged from the bush and moved quickly toward where her young were hidden. Yaya followed. When she reached them, the young mother stood her ground, making it clear she was ready to fiercely defend her family. Thankfully, that made Yaya back off. The tension slowly eased, and the two tiny cubs returned to doing what cubs do, blissfully unaware of the danger that had just passed. This mother will likely relocate her cubs now, doing everything she can to keep them safe. It was a powerful reminder of how delicate life can be in a place like this, leaving us with a deeper respect for the wild rhythms that continue long after we've gone.